Hey, what's up, everyone? Happy Monday to all you guys, too, especially those who are watching this live and watching the replay. Sorry for the little late start, but hopefully I wasn't too late. But I really do appreciate everyone's patience, too, as well. And so, welcome to the Mindful Monday Community Conversations. I am your host, Jay. Some of you guys know me as Herc420 on Instagram and Herc213 on YouTube. And I'm back with another awesome Mindful Monday community conversations live stream for you guys today. And so I just want to take the time to just really to make sure everything is all good, in these YouTube streets, as I always say. And so happy Monday to all you guys. I know probably Monday is not the best, days to start our day too, but it's just, I really do appreciate everyone's, support as well. And so I just want to say hi to everyone in here. We have Gina M. Good to see you, Gina. Misty is here. What's up, Gina? Misty, lovely M. Stacy Star, Sharon Sipe. Good to see you all. And I have my water bottle with me too. And I don't know why I keep burping when I do live streams. That's so weird. Because I didn't even eat much today too. I don't have much of an appetite. Not because I'm it's sad or anything. That's just, I just really want to have some water today. And so, yes. So, yes, good to see you guys. Hopefully, you guys had an awesome weekend as well, especially for everything that you experienced throughout the whole day. And just, with everything else too. Hopefully, you guys had a good weekend and enjoying your day as well. And so Lovely M says, I can't complain. It's been a good Monday for me. Oh, that's cool, Lovely M. Glad your day is starting off on a good start, and it's just cool to really have, compassion, for ourselves too. And especially, the things that we're doing and doing things that we're experiencing throughout our whole day too. And it's just, uh, having that compassion. I think pretty much I'm going to lead to that today for the live stream as well. Is just to really just talking about compassion for a moment too. Talk and especially for the Mindful Monday community conversations. This is a place for us to have an open conversation about mindfulness, and especially in every sort of degree, especially in our self-care practice, in our spiritual practice as well. And so let me see if you guys could see me. And so with this, talking about mindfulness, it's just like a good way to really just tune into how we're feeling right now too, and especially in this space as well. All you guys are in certain self-care and spiritual communities, or even just with creative communities as well. It's just to really, find ways to really just tune into how you're feeling too, just really being mindful of your emotions, your actions, and so on and so forth. And so with this conversation, if you guys are open to having a chat about it, it's just, really just talking about compassion and really just practicing radical compassion too, just in our self-care and spiritual practice. And hello to Miss Charlotte. Good to see you, Miss Charlotte. Good to see you. Good to see you, Miss Charlotte, and happy Monday, and welcome to the Mindful Monday Community Conversations. You're in the right place if you want to just say, have an open discussion about, mindfulness. And so with that being said too, and just really want to have an open discussion with you guys too for this live stream, is just to really, talking about radical compassion too, and especially, for our self-care practice as well, and just or spiritual practice too, is just to really tune into how you're feeling about ourselves right now too, and just so on and so forth. And what ways do you guys really, or I should say, how do you guys feel about yourselves on a regular basis too? And really just also just wondering if you guys ever practice radical compassion too in your self-care and spiritual practice. I know I sound like I'm going in circles, but I'm trying to explain something too in a bit. And so, when it comes to towards practicing radical compassion, I don't know if you guys heard of someone named Tara Brach, and she's a really well known spiritual teacher, and she's just really known in the spiritual and self care community too. And she created this awesome meditation practice called Rain. And it's just like with the meditation practice called Rain, it's just a way of just showing radical compassion towards ourselves too, and everything else as well. And so it's just like when you're practicing radical compassion, especially when you're tuning in you right now, or just like in general, it's just a way of just saying, recognizing what's going on throughout your whole day, throughout your whole week, etc., and just really allow it to be, especially when we're just out and about, and we're just how you say it, and we're just doing our everyday thing too, just really allowing what's going on too, and really recognizing it as well can be really powerful. And really just once we start to investigate what's really happening right now too throughout our whole weekend, especially within ourselves, not only just with the mind and the heart, but also within our entire being too, just with everything, just really investigating why you're feeling some kind of tightness within your shoulders, within your mind, and within your whole entire being too. And I'm just wondering, if all you guys too who are watching this live and watching a replay of this live stream too, is just you guys find ways to really just tune in and just really recognizing what's going on, and just really trying to investigate that too, wondering why you're feeling those kind of sensations within your heart, within your mind, in your body, and just really just find ways to really just bring that beautiful compassion towards ourselves, to really sending that energy towards your shoulders, towards your heart, towards your mind, towards everywhere too. And so sorry if I'm going in circles talking about this topic of radical compassion, but I just really want to just share that with you guys too, especially in for this live stream as well. And so I just want to say hi to Jane the Seeker and Gina M and Miss Charlotte, and who else is here too? And I think I said hi to Lovely M. If I didn't, I apologize. So hi to you again, Lovely M and Sharon Sipe, all you guys in here too. Much love to all you. And just yes, I just want to really just have an open, I'd say, having an open conversation about that too, just talking about radical compassion, and just not really take the time to just really tune into how you're feeling, and right now too, especially when it comes towards not only with our heart and mind, but also within our own body too. So if you guys are open to talk about that, you're more than welcome. And so, yes, thank you for your support, Gina, and this especially for all the moderators in here too. I just really appreciate everyone's support as well. And so, if you guys have a channel too, and you guys are wondering, guys want to share what you guys are working on too, especially on your YouTube channels and so on and so forth, you're more than welcome to share in the chat room, or as well as in the comment section too, if you're watching a replay. Because when it comes towards people who have a platform that can reach people, that can help people out, and so on and so forth, it's really cool to support each other. And so it's just cool if you guys have a channel, if you guys want to share anything that you're working on, what you guys have planned for your channel too, and especially if it's things outside of YouTube too. Feel free to, you guys could really share it in the chat room too, especially if you guys are moderators as well. And so, and Gina says, share the joy and the sound about others. Thank you, Gina. Appreciate your support too. Much love to you, Gina. And Jane says, I need to lay down. I'll be listening to spirit though. Oh, okay, Jane. Yeah, do what you got to do, and I'm glad you're just listening to how you're feeling right now too. If you need to anyone, especially anyone, if they needs to lay down or if they need to just take a breather, especially, if Mondays are just like when they're slow days. I totally understand, do what you got to do. And so, yes, you see Ricky's sweater, huh, Jane? Yeah, he's chilling. So I just let him in. Usually he'll be with my dad, but today he wants to hang out with his big brother. And so, yes, Miss Charlotte, I was talking about radical compassion too when it comes towards mindfulness. Just really tuning into how we're feeling. Let me highlight what you said. Miss Charlotte, I was just really talking about earlier. If you didn't listen or if you're doing something else, which is totally fine, I was just really talking about mindful compassion, or practicing radical compassion too when it comes towards our self care and spiritual practice too. Just really uh, asking you guys. Well, not like that. I mean, it's just your choice if you like that person or not, Miss Charlotte, And it's just like I was talking about, self-care and, spirituality. I wasn't talking about like politics, but if you want to talk about politics too, you're more than welcome. I mean, it's just like this is a place for you guys to just, talk about what you're passionate about too. And with my live streams, you guys are open to express yourselves and be yourselves in here. And so I'm getting a sip of drink for a minute before I talk. And so, what I was talking about with practicing radical compassion is just really practicing that towards ourselves, Miss Charlotte, and just like, radical compassion. And, I just really, what it really means is just really finding ways to really just sending a lot of powerful healing energy towards ourselves too, especially, really just taking the time and really especially practicing something that can really just be beneficial towards our self-care and spiritual practice, like I'll say it again too, just if you guys missed it. I was explaining, you know a, a public figure too you got in the self-care and spiritual community named Tara Brock. And I was just really sharing about the meditation practice that she created called Rain. And just like I'm going to break this down. The Rain practice is just like a powerful meditation or powerful practice to really how can I say it? It's a really powerful mindfulness practice to practice radical compassion towards ourselves too, to really bring some loving and healing energy towards ourselves, especially for our entire being too. And so, just really, I was really mentioning that too. And just really trying to break it down to you, Charlotte, just like the practice of rain, especially, the meditation practice, that Tara Brock, created, I believe she created this a few years ago. I could be wrong about it, but, with the meditation practice called rain, it's just a really powerful practice to really just bring some radical compassion towards ourselves too, like with the letter R stands for, really recognizing what's going on, just really tune into really how you're feeling or just, in the moment, whether you're experiencing anger, sadness, joy, any kind of emotion. And the A is really just really means to really just allow it to really be. So basically you're just allowing it to really just fully um, to experience that, allowing it to be without overthinking it or anything like that too. Because when we're just in our heads a lot too, especially when we're just meditating a lot too, we could get stuck in there. And the mind is be a very, powerful place to be. But you don't want to be stuck in there too. There's a whole lot of other places you can tune in as well, especially within your heart center as well. And so, especially when we allow it to be, the letter A stands really means to allow it to be. It really means to really just allow it to really just fully, to allow us to really just fully embrace those kind of moments, what we're feeling too. Just really, it just helps us practice being more mindful of our emotions. And so the letter I is really means to investigate. So it's kind of like, it really, the way the letter I is a really powerful one too, because what it really means in the rain practice when we investigate how we're really feeling too, especially, we have certain thoughts in our head or even just we're feeling sensations within our body too. We really could go um, practice and we just really investigate what's really going on. Is there something that's bothering you? If there's anything or someone that's just really said something that was hurtful or that was, that cheered you up, or et cetera, et cetera. Just really making those examples. And just also in the letter N is just like the most powerful one too. It's just really means to nurture. It's just to really, bring some nurturing energy towards, ourselves too. Just bringing that, nurturing energy towards our mind too. Just really finding ways to be present in the moment. Just really fully embracing and just letting it bring some nurturing energy towards that area, towards our heart. If that heart feels heavy, we could bring some nurturing energy towards our heart centers, towards our entire wings, our shoulders, really just bringing that loving, healing energy that, we can all have the ability to practice, ability to do, especially, especially in our self-care and spiritual practice. Is just to really find ways to really bring that nurturing energy back towards ourselves. So that's pretty much, I was going to break down when it comes towards, the rain practice, and just if you guys want to learn more about this, rain meditation, that I just mentioned. And this is created, by Tara Brach too. She's really well known in the self-care and spiritual communities. Her information, if you guys want to check out the rain resources, will be in the description box below. So whether you guys are watching this live still or even watching this on a replay, you're more than welcome to check out, Tara Brach's resources too, if you want to learn more about rain, you know. Mm, that's good points there, Miss Charlotte. Let me see what I can highlight what you said too. And she says one thing that I can think of is what Teal Swan asks us to do, which is ask ourselves when in a specific scenario, what would someone who loves themselves do this? Yeah, that's Teal Swan is another person that I listen to. Well, I say not me personally. Teal Swan is another figure that's really popular in the self care and spiritual communities as well. Because with her, and especially with Tara Rock as well, and I'm taking myself out of the equation, just not talking about my own preferences, and it's just Teal Swan really is really known for just really being blunt and just really upfront. When it comes towards self care and spirituality. And just with Tarot Rock, she's like that as well, but she's very mindful as well. And same goes with Teal Swan too, but she is more very upfront about it too, not just not sugarcoating anything. But with the cool thing about Teal Swan, and it's just uh, and with Tarot Rock, and it's just they really just have this really passion for really just helping people out on a regular basis, especially if you're different people outside that different communities as well, and whether they're in the creative communities or the gaming communities or even just in the self-care and spiritual communities as well. They are really open to really learning a new different perspective of things too, and just listen to what other people are talking about, and they have no problem sharing their perspective as well, just getting their point across, and they let other people get their point across too when it comes towards having certain conversations. So yes, I remember, and yes, Teal Swan did say that too when in a lot in her videos, and that's cool that you mentioned her, Miss Charlotte. And there's another thing that you mentioned as well, and you said, and she just said, Yeah, like so like if you want to stop smoking and you go for a cigarette, ask yourself, would someone who loves themselves do this? Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. That's a very strong point there that you make, Miss Charlotte. That's a very good example. And it's just like, like say like oh gosh, let me see if I can make an example. Oh yes, like, say someone who's trying to, um who's trying to stay healthy, but they eat a lot of junk food, but they're trying to go to the fridge and they go for a snack that they like too, and it's just and they reach out, they're trying to reach out towards to something that's that they know that is unhealthy, but they stop themselves, and it's just like, and it wondering like, why am I reaching towards the certain thing I want to get. And it's just like, it's like with that kind of example, especially the one that you just shared, Miss Charlotte, is just really powerful too, because, we should, and this is me saying this too, and you guys could disagree. It's just like, you should never beat ourselves up when it comes towards, in life as well. Especially, if we wanted to just, grab a snack that's, even though that's unhealthy, but we do it anyways too. And it's just, um I'm not trying to make excuses about it too. And it's just like, we should never beat ourselves up when it comes towards, doing certain things, like saying grab a snack that we know that's unhealthy, but we want it anyways. But as well as how you say it, or even just, with your example, Miss Charlotte, if we grab a cigarette and we want to just, if you wanted to stop smoking, but we grab our cigarette and we just stop ourselves and just wondering, why are we doing this? And so that's a really powerful example too. Just really be mindful of what we're, um, is, I'm confused about it. Just really being mindful of our actions, and especially of our emotions and choices too, is can really take us far in life too. And just, it really comes down to us too, just when we're being mindful of our own emotions, because that's pretty much what we have control over too. And especially when it comes towards living practicing self-care and spirituality. So thank you for sharing that, Miss Charlotte, too. That's pretty powerful what you just shared. And I just want to say hi to Mother 3, Interdimensional Awakening, and Spirit Intuitive Tarot. My big sis Lisa is here. What's up, Lisa and Karen and Mother of 3? Good to see you guys. And Lisa, congrats towards your 1K subscribers goal. I'm going to rewatch your replay of your video. That was really cool. You reached your goal, and congrats to you, big sis. And I'm just really happy for your success as well. And it's always good to see you as well, Karen, aka Interdimensional Awakening. So yes, I almost said tarot, but she doesn't practice tarot too. But I know Lisa is really loves tarot too, and it's really cool, especially her partner in crime, Sharon Lee Strawberry Rhubarb Tarot. And if you guys want to check out their channels too, Spirit Intuitive Tarot, Interdimensional Awakening, and also as well as Jane the Seeker's channel as well, and also Misty's channel too. Her music channel. Feel free to check out their channel links in the description box below. So yes. Oh, you're welcome, big sis. I'll always support you. It's all good. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So I'm just looking forward if I didn't miss anybody. Oh, what's up, IT guy? Good to see you. Yes, IT guy. What's up? What's up? Sorry if I missed you. And you made a good point too. And you said, I call my meditation medication. Oh, that should be a t-shirt, IT guy. That's some bars right there. Meditation means medication. That is a bar right there. That is awesome. I totally agree with that, IT guy. Totally awesome stuff. That should be a t-shirt. That's just me saying that though. So yes, that is a bar. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And so, yes, it's nice to see you too, IT guy, and hopefully you're having an awesome weekend as well. And same goes to you, Lisa. Hopefully you're having had an awesome weekend and a good Monday so far. And same goes to you, Karen. You're had an awesome weekend, and hopefully you're having an awesome Monday as well. Getting your week started, with mindful awareness and all that too. And we're all in this live stream. We're all just talking about uh, practicing radical compassion. I was sharing a practice called Rain, and it's just like a really powerful meditation practice where you can just really uh, find ways to really just show radical compassion towards ourselves too. And just really, having an open conversation about that as well to all you guys who are in this who are in the spiritual self care and spiritual communities as well. It's just to really, having an open conversation about that too. You guys, do you practice, showing compassion towards yourselves, not only just, um, uh, I can't even speak. Sharing radical compassion towards ourselves too, just really just recognizing what's going on within ourselves, and even just throughout our whole entire being, and really just allowing those emotions to be too truly experiencing that, investigating further down what's going on too, wondering why you're feeling what you're feeling, and really just bringing that nurturing energy back towards ourselves too. And so yes, that's where we're all talking about in this live stream as well. And lovely M has a cool thing to share. Let me see if I can pull it up. And lovely M says, does anyone have any tips to meditate to help quiet the mind? Lovely M, and I'm going to share my thing, and you guys can really just share what Oh yeah, of course. You could always come on, Karen. I think I sent you an invite too. So yes, feel free to come on. I'd love to have you on. Feel free. This is, always invite you and Lisa and Sharon Lee and all the lovely people who are doing powerful things. So you're more than welcome to jump on, Karen. Yes, indeed. Yes, feel free to jump on. Karen, I think I sent you an invite yesterday. So yes, but um oh yes, just to answer your question, lovely M, the way you can really just help uh, to help practice meditation is just to really find ways to really just be present, and just like for this tip too for you, lovely M, it's just like when we find ways to really just be present with ourselves too, to where we can just uh, do like to really just let me rephrase that again. To really, with this tip to help you meditate, is just to really find ways to really just be present. You could really meditate doing anything that you really love to do, like doing dishes, writing a book in a journal, or even just playing a video game too, that can really help you meditate too. Because, with meditation, all you have to do is just really just being present in the moment too, to where you are just fully present within yourself, and really just, um, really clearing the mind too, and just not letting your mind scatter, and just you really just truly being present, and just I think with any meditation practice, that's the most important key to do, is just really be present, at all, the best way you can, whether you are doing your dishes, reading a book, or even just sitting in a chair and drinking your favorite drink. The finding ways to really just be present, in the moment, especially the way you could just, clear your head, not being the head so much too, but also just really truly experiencing, everything, your emotions, your senses, and everything like that is truly, powerful. So hopefully that was helpful with any tips hope my tips was helpful too for you, lovely M. And if you guys have anything to share in the chat room too, feel free to share for Lovely M. And that's a cool question, to boast. And much love to you, Lovely M. So yes, indeed. So yes. So hopefully that was helpful, Lovely M. Oh, let me see if I could pull. Oh, Joe Dispenza. I heard of him. Interesting, Miss Charlotte. That's an interesting tip. Oh, you're welcome, Lovely M. Anytime. Anytime. Hopefully my advice was helpful for you. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So go wait for Karen to drop on too, so we could really have a cool live stream for you guys too. So yeah, let me see if I could check the email if she got invite. So let me see if I sent an invite towards to Karen. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, Kiba, good to see you. Oh, it says 404? That's weird. Let me send it again for you, Karen. Oh, man. So let me send a link. I thought I sent it last night. So that's weird. I'm sorry about that, guys. I really thought I sent it. Yeah, that's weird. You know what? Since we're here, I'm going to send it in your email, Karen. So I'm going to send you. You know what? I'll just send it in the chat. I'll just do it like that. So there you go, guy. Karen, I sent a link to my StreamYard too. So I thought I posted a link, sent it on the email last night, but I'm sorry if you got a error notification too on your part. So I really made sure that it was just really the link was working, which it did. Abraham Hicks. Yeah, Abraham Hicks is a really good one too, Miss Charlotte. She's good. She's awesome. And you could definitely find her stuff on YouTube as well. She's really good. Yes, thank you for sharing that, Miss Charlotte. Good stuff. Yes, indeed, guys. So yes, thank you for sharing all your knowledge and tools and everything else, and you, especially your gifts too. So yes, indeed, guys. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. So hopefully that link works, Karen. So if you could want to jump on for a moment too, if you want to. So I thought I sent a link last night. I thought it worked. So I truly apologize for that too. I thought the link worked. Oh, there she is. Let me put her on. Apologize for that too. I thought the link worked. Hey, Karen.
Hello. How is everybody?
You got an awesome guest in here. We got Karen, Interdimensional Awakening. Oh, there she is. Let me put her on. Yeah, echo.
Might be me. Okay.
Okay. There you go. All right. Thank you for dropping by, Karen. That's a surprise. Good to see you.
I'm usually not like in a place where I can, it seems like every time you go on, I'm just not in a place where I can jump on. And especially with this new job. So now it's kind of like, oh, I don't have anything to do tonight. So I'm like, I'll see if I jump on. So
Yes,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Much love to you, Karen, and thank you again for dropping on. If you didn't want to, that's totally fine. It's just like a
Oh, no,
helping
it's fine.
intention.
I was the question that you had up earlier, the person that said, um, how do you stop, like, being something about mindful and meditation, like, stop your mind from going? You know what? My mind doesn't stop because I have ADHD. So, honestly, for me, it's like I've just kind of learned to accept that, and uh basically just do things purposely, like I'll wash the dishes, and while I'm washing the dishes, I just zone out, and my mind just kind of quiets down. So for those people that have a problem, just kind of quieting your brain, I would invite you to do something that you like, whether it's coloring or exercising or running. See, I ain't never gonna run
Mhm.
because I'm just, it's never gonna happen. Exercise is not my thing, but before, when my hair was like a more purple, it would be when I was doing my hair. I would just zone out, and that was my time to meditate. So if you're that type of person that needs to have that going, 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 I would invite you to just kind of use that as you know, a pro, I guess you could say. Just use that.
You
So,
know, Karen, that's exactly what I said, but you said
oh,
it
is
better
it?
than I did. Because it's like, our mind gets like, I don't have ADHD, but I think I do. I'm not sure. I'm not trying to like label myself, but it's just like, for you have so much in our head, but we need to do something, whether it be like reading a book, washing the dishes, playing a game,
Yeah.
or even just, folding laundry is like a form of meditation too. It's just the
Yeah.
all about being present is really
Yeah,
important too.
that's the part, is the being present. It doesn't matter how you get there. It's the being
Mhm.
present. Because for the most part, if I've got a meditation going, even when my friends do it on my channel, sometimes I'm like, "Oh shit, what time is it? I need to start cooking. Then we better get it." And I got 15 things going through my brain, so it makes it so hard. So that's when I developed that whole thing. I just made it a point to do something, and it works better for me. I mean, and the best time I do is when I'm vacuuming, because it's just, you're just doing this, that's all you're doing. But yeah,
Yeah. That's cool, and just like, the simple things, even just like sometimes, when I pull a card, it's just like I'm like in the zone, like just being present. It's just like not just like of thinking, but also just fully like using my aura too. It's like I pull an oracle card, and then it's like, you feel some kind of sensations too, where you're just like, oh my gosh, it's like you feel some kind of anxiousness, but sometimes you feel excitement. You just can't stop talking. But the
yeah,
next time you're pulling a card for someone, you just feel like you don't want to talk at all. So it's kind of like, whoa, that's wicked. It's like those things where you just being present, especially if you're doing something that's powerful, like, pulling the oracle card, or even just as simple as, it's just like vacuuming, just going back and forth, or even just, cleaning something. It's pretty powerful. So thank you
yeah,
for sharing that, Karen.
no problem.
Yes, and how are you doing though, Karen? If you want to share anything what you're
I
working on.
am doing really good. So those of you that have been kind of follow me on my channel. So there was a up in the air, and I don't think you knew. So because of the shots, the COVID shots, I am highly, highly allergic to shots. I
Mm.
don't even do flu shots. The flu shot almost killed me. So my allergist is
Oh,
like, "No way, you are not taking this." So she won't release me to get the shots, which is okay. And to be honest with you, my guides told me long time ago, "Don't worry about it. You will be fine." So they have talked to me and told me, and I'll share with you because it's not a secret. But for since the beginning, they have told me to sit, and just kind of talk to my body and say, "You're going to be fine. You're healthy. You're strong. Your cells are strong." And really talk to my body, talk to my, oh, I always forget the name of it. Uh, you know, the strands. I don't know what I'm talking about. Like
yeah, yeah. I can't
gosh,
think of the name.
help me out in the thing, but your chromosomes.
Oh,
So I
yes,
can
yes,
talk to
yes.
my chromosomes and say, you're strong, you're healthy, you're this, you're that. And so that's what I do. Luckily, I have honestly been around people that have COVID and I've never caught it so far. So I've been,
Mm,
knock on wood, you know, but so I've been really, it's been a really hassle, because I live in Massachusetts and they're pretty intense about it here. Very, very intense about shots. So it came down that I would have to pay every week to get my a COVID test. Well, financially, that's just not reasonable to me. It's not reasonable, especially from where I was getting paid at my last job. And so I weighed the options and decided, with all of it, that I should go find another job, which I did. And then something, I don't watch the news. So basically, real quick, what happened is I got a new job. And then, right as I was going through orientation, they told me, oh, by the way, everything changed here and you have to have your shots, your COVID shots. So it was like, great. And so it doesn't matter whether you have a doctor's note or not, they don't care. And that's
wow.
been the thing that, so because of the fact that one of the really higher ups actually recruited me, she was feeling bad and she was like, hello, Shield Maiden.
Hey,
Um,
Shia Maiden.
so she was, she had, asked me to join their team. Then she was trying to find me another job. So I ended up getting a different job at working residential. So I'll be a residential supervisor with kids that have been neglected and abused. And that's about as much as I want to say on that because there's a lot of confidentiality, but it really worked out my way because, I mean, this was so much of a better job than the one I was originally hired for. So it's been really a blessing. So it seems like I have been, because even though it's a sister company of where I got hired, I've pretty much been in orientation for almost 3 weeks straight on Zoom. And so it's like sheer torture to me. So, yeah,
Whoa,
so there you go. That's what's going to be happening to me. So, yeah.
whoa, that's whoa. I'm gonna say lost for words, but thank you for sharing that, Sharon. I mean, Karen.
It's
Ah, I
okay.
was,
It's okay.
yeah,
And I wanted to tell you, Herc, that
yeah,
I but by I also mean my guides. Um, was very proud to see your authenticity and the rawness of sharing um, more about you and letting people into that because I think that, you know, um, so I work with kiddos all on the spectrum, mostly on the other side of the abuse, the emotional, really neglected, and like I said, it gets higher from there. So these kids cannot be in their own home, and it's a residential and a school. So that should tell you how. But it really touched my heart that you were raw and open and vulnerable and were letting people know a little bit about you and sharing that side because a lot of people don't get it. A lot of people don't know.
yeah.
And so I just want to tell you that it just my guides were just singing when I was watching that video. And so, they appreciate it. I appreciate it, so yeah, I wanted to tell you that.
Yeah, thank you, Karen. And same goes to all you guys who watched that video too. That honest talk about me having Asperger's and understanding social behavior cues too. And it's just like, I've experienced this since I was 4, and just like my mom shared like everything about it with me too before she passed, and it was just like, I was really curious about it until like I looked at all the stuff that she had, from when I was 4 until I was like an adult to like around like my late 20s. So it's kind of like, really interesting because, especially when you're putting yourself out there and most people perceive you in a certain way. It was just like, you know what? And especially, I just really sit with my guys too. It's like, and my mom always gives me ideas. It's like, this is the time is to really make that video. I was just like wanting to share, but I was like, wasn't sure. But until, recently, I was like, you know what? It's time. Gotta be go for it and just really be raw and vulnerable. So
Well, and I also think it helps with the community that we have. I
right.
mean, the community that we have is very open to things and very, I think that, you know, so those of you that don't know me, because there's a couple of names that I don't know in here. When I stare off into space, I'm talking to my guides. So I do what's called uh, I'm also picking at my nail. Not that I'm flipping you off, but I was watching a show and I was picking off my nail polish, and now I'm doing my last finger. But anyway, so I'm not really flipping you off if you see me doing this. That's why.
Bird.
But
Mm,
so I talk to my guides that way, but it was really eye-opening, and I think that you have a platform that could help so many people, and you know I always say search your gut, but just like Shield Maiden said, it opened my eyes to stuff. I work with kiddos, but I don't know that many adults. Sometimes I swear my honey is on the spectrum. But
mm,
you know what? I think that is a platform that, if you're comfortable with, that's a good way to talk about it, because I think
yeah.
us being on this side of the camera, my guides have always said, um, and you're gonna be able to finish this because I know I'm gonna screw it up. With great something comes great responsibility.
With great power comes a great responsibility. Yes.
Okay, and I
Yes.
always feel that as a reader, we have a lot of power, and I don't mean that to be bad. It's just I am the type of reader that wants to empower somebody.
Yeah.
I am not the reader that's going to say, "Oh, you got a ghost and there's somebody following you around and doom and gloom." That's never been me. But I think that, your words and empowering people and teaching people about this is so huge, because there are a lot of more kids coming in that are on the spectrum. And so it's something more that we're going to see. And if we can teach individuals, this is what it looks like for me, because you do see things differently. You do things differently, you
Yeah.
know and what might be, it's not that some of the things you just don't know. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah. You hit the nail on the head of everything you said. It's just like, people on the spectrum, especially if they're like higher functioning,
mhm.
having Asperger's syndrome, you experience some things differently. And it's like, you're like a rebel with the cause, but it's like I can't put it in words. It's like this. I'll give you an example. It's like say like in like certain kids who like certain things that are popular, but you like stuff that's totally different. Like you like someone likes Power Rangers, but you like Hercules, or you like wrestling, but you like roller skates. It's kind of like doing your own thing basically.
Well, I think it's great. So I'll tell you, and I think this kind of follows around what you're saying. So one of
Yeah,
my jobs when I was working at the school was to teach kids on the spectrum of what's appropriate social behaviors and appropriate social cues. And you really hit on that. And I thought that was so awesome, because the things that you have to do in order to mask and fit in is just awesome. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the things
yeah.
that you have to learn. So, anyways, one day I walk into one of the classrooms and I see one of the kids, and I'm not joking, okay? It's funny that this is sitting here empty. I walk in and this kid is like this. And immediately, and he's got it around his head, he's got a string. I am kind of livid, because I look over at this other staff and I say, "So, what is this modeling?" And then I tell the kid, "Is it appropriate for you to have a Kleenex box on your face?" Because we want them to fit in, to go into a regular school environment. And he looked over at me and goes, "What, KJ? You don't like my virtual reality glasses?" And I sat there and I'm like, virtual reality glasses. As a matter of fact, yes. Yes, I do like your virtual reality glasses, but it was here I was seeing a kid with a Kleenex box on his face, and
Mm.
he's looking at a virtual reality, you know? So you're absolutely right. It's like the difference is so here I am looking at all shame on this the staff for letting him walk around with a Kleenex box on his face. And he's in his own world.
Yeah, that is awesome. Thank you for sharing that story. And
No
it's just
problem.
really, it brought up some memories too, like when I was a kid. I remember doing something like that with virtual reality, but I remember being such a chill kid, as a teenager. It was just like, like my parents, like I don't remember like my angry face that my dad used to say, but all I remember, especially when I was like, 6 and 13, is just like, oh, I've been a chill kid, but at the same time, I was just very, kind of, passionate, but I was kind of a yogi, but I didn't know I was a yogi too, because I also had that kind of chill atmosphere. And it's just like,
Mhm.
especially, with other kids too, like, with social cues. Cause, like, with boys too, especially, as you're
Yeah.
going to preteens, it's like, oh, they talk about girls and video games. And I was just stuck into just with the art. It's like, you know what, that's cool. I'm not saying I was, I like guys. I was just like,
Hi, Taylor.
I wasn't like rushing.
Yeah.
And that kind of lasted till my 30s. So it was like, hey,
How
so
old are you?
I'm 33.
Oh my gosh, you're still a baby. I'm like, you're still a
I
baby.
know, I'm still a baby.
I would have never guessed you were 33. I thought you were like 22, 23.
Oh, I get that a lot. So I'm 33. I'll be 34 in April.
That's okay. Nobody believes I'm 52. So
You look good for 52. I mean,
thanks. It's because I do the purple on my gray sparkly hairs.
you think that's your color? Because it always has that, you have that,
Always.
purplish.
Once so it's I've been purple for so long, and then because remember it used to be even more purple, and then I went black, and then when it started growing out naturally, I was like, holy cow, that's a lot of white. I mean, I didn't really realize how white I was, but it's only right here, just right there. So,
Mm,
oh, thank you, Shield Maiden. So yeah,
yes.
my mom's like that too. My mom is 83 or 84 this year, and she don't look 84, you know. So, but yeah, I just think that, as a whole, I mean, I've got ADHD. So I think I see things differently. And because of my job, I deal with kids from Asperger's all the way to nonverbal autism. I deal with traumatic brain injuries. I deal with kids that um, are bipolar, schizophrenics, you name it, I have probably done it.
There's your
Oh, thank
compliment
you.
from Lisa. Let's see. Much
Thank
love
you,
to Big
friend.
Sis. And
Thank
congrats
you.
to you on 1K subscribers, Lisa. Awesome stuff. You're just like,
Yeah, dude. I'm so happy for you. So,
love my big
yeah.
sis.
Yeah.
And
So,
yes, Stacy Starr and Miss Charlotte has some cool things to say. And she says you can learn a lot from people on the spectrum if you just
it's
listen.
true. It's
Yeah,
true. Oh,
exactly.
and the thing that I learned the most, Stacy, is, you know, like I'm thinking right now, and my guides automatically just imagine if this was the milk crate and they're like, here, and the milk crate to me is my sign for um we as a society, we put all of these things into our kids, of what they believe and what they're, how it should be, and it's like, they just don't see it the same way, you
Mm-mm.
know yeah.
Oh, now I just got a memory. Oh, it just hit me, my guys. Like, with certain kids, they always have this kind of like, like who's better like this and that. And it's
Uh-huh.
just like, with me being the spectrum, it was just like, you know what? Whether you guys like DC Comics or if you guys like Marvel, I like them both. I like to mix it up. I like to do it. That's just me on the spectrum because I never had these never started like these arguments where it's just like most certain things are better than others. And it's just like,
Yeah.
there's some cool things about DC and there's cool things about Marvel. I was just like, I like both. And so I think that's going to be stuck with me till forever. So
Yeah.
that's, yeah.
Well, that's a good thing though, because you don't, if you look at that on a broader spectrum, most of the time, sometimes these kiddos don't have those lines where it's like, why do I have to pick one? Why do I have to? But then you have other ones that are so sensory driven that they can only handle so much. But I think, my position is that those are gifted individuals. My position are those are the bridge. What my guides show me is if we're going from a 3D earth to a 5D earth, 4 is just kind of switching over in that bridge. And we as a society and older people are just kind of so set in our ways that we're never going to be able to bridge this. We can't get from here to here,
Right.
and that those newer kids coming in that have these issues, I don't want to say issues because it's not an issue to me. To me, it's not a deficit. It's not a disability. To me, it's an ability,
I
So I think
agree. Yeah.
great,
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like you said, ability. And it's just like, and I heard it in this when I was in school, when I was in Orange County, the disabilities and all that. And it's just like, I didn't believe it, but at the same time, I kept hearing it over and over and over. And it's like, when I met you guys too in these communities, around
Yes,
2020,
Charlotte. It's
it
a
was
label.
yeah, those labels are crazy. I just never believed in that, and it's just like, like you said, the abilities, I truly believe that because, I never thought it was a disability, but I kept hearing it over and over. I was like, what? Why are you saying it's a disability? I think,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Well,
it's kind of,
I think that, you know, and it's funny me working in that kind of environment, but my guides show me that school is just, we're all packaged, we're fitting everybody in that little package that fits right. And when they don't fit into a little package and they're not fitting in the little thing, then we call it disability, because they're not able to fit into that little pretty box that they've got them in. So,
exactly. Mm.
but yeah. Sorry, I switched gears on you there, Jay.
Please, you could be yourself in here. You don't have to hold anything back. And that thing goes to all you guys in the chat room. So this is cool. This is just a place for you guys to be yourselves. So it's cool.
Yeah.
It's all good.
So
Listen,
anything new for anybody else? What's going on with everybody else?
yeah, what's going on with you guys? Lisa, Stacy Star, what's going on with you guys too? Or, if you guys, if you're open to it, Karen, if you want to, pull an oracle card. I know I know with you and you do your mediumship reading so much.
Yeah, yeah. So how that started was basically, when I was in Colorado, I would do the metaphysical fairs. And the truth is, this is how it started. So I would be reading the cards, but at the same time, I would be seeing people passing by me, and I'd be like, "Ooh, they're dressed pretty bad." And it was, not gonna lie, it was kind of judgy, but that's the truth. And so I literally would be like, man, that person is dressed like this. And then I would tell myself to get focused. You're still reading, because I can compartmentalize in my head. And so I can talk to my guides literally right now, just like I'm talking to you. So I didn't want the distraction of watching people pass by, because then I would pick up stuff. So then I started zoning up. And the way that the place that they had, the auditorium that they have this in Colorado Springs, is a very old auditorium. And so they have very old seating up top. So I'd be staring up at the seating, and I would start getting more things, or I would start staring at the floor. So I always have a sweet spot everywhere I sit. And that's how it works. I just kind of zone out. And so I notice that sometimes with different people, it changes. So it's not about me. Like sometimes I could have all my information coming from the right, and then all of a sudden to the left, things come in. So, yeah.
Mm,
But yeah, if
Yeah.
you want to do questions, I could do some questions.
Yeah, that'd be cool, guys. So, you know, again, if like I said it before in my last live stream, if I had a guest on, I'll just love to, you know, if you guys have questions for the guest readers on here, even if you guys want a certain card reading too, because, you know, I like to, you know, do mediumship, but also I like to use my oracle cards too, and even just, you know, my tarot cards too, just really getting used to that too. And it's just, you know, I just love to really just help people out too if they have specific questions, and even if they want just to laugh their butts off today too, like with the rebel
Yeah.
cards.
I'm
Uh,
open with anything
yeah,
except for I just don't do politics. My
right.
guides will not allow me to do politics because of the fact that they always just show me. Before their words were left wing, right wing, it's the same bird. Now it's heads, tails, it's the same quarter. So you know,
Hmm.
it's like they refuse to fight about or to really put in information about something that they are saying it's not going to um it's not gonna things aren't gonna be the same pretty soon, you know. Once we start loving ourselves more, and once you start building yourself up and knowing that you are the God within yourself,
Oh,
then you start branching into that fourth dimension. So
yeah, I totally agree with that, you know, Karen. And like with me, because I'm very flexible, like I could talk about politics, but I never get stuck in it. It's like, you know,
I,
I'll just say what I'll say, and then it's like, you know, that's it. You know, but I like to help people too. That's mostly my,
yeah,
you know, main thing. Because but with me, I'm flexible. So we can talk about politics or pop culture, even just with humor too. If they want people to laugh or get a
yeah.
spiritual message too. So
So yeah, I figured just so you know, I figure I'll be on here about 15 more minutes because I just
okay.
realized that I have been on this computer all day and I have not taken my poor Atticus outside. I mean,
Oh.
he is crashed out and snoring on the couch. Um,
My furry brother is just chilling right now too, and
yeah,
yes, next to my door.
but I just you know, eventually I'm going to have to take him out. But yeah, I'm up for any question anybody has.
Cool. So I think we have one so far, and this is from Miss Charlotte, and she says, "I wouldn't mind knowing a bit more on my 2022, maybe work-wise. So career. Okay, career. I'll pull some cards for you, Miss Charlotte.
So, Charlotte, what is it that you do right now? Because there is a shift, there is a change, there is, you know, the way that it feels to me, either A, you're not doing anything right now, or what you are doing is just so swampy and so stagnant. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Put my glasses on.
Yeah, no problem.
I usually don't put my glasses on because I could always see the lights bug me. Yeah.
Yeah.
She said, yeah, I'm bored. Yeah, a support quality management tool. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. It really is stagnant. It really is. You know, it doesn't fill me with excitement when I look at it. When I look at it, it's like black and white. And then I look down the road and then it's really colorful. It's really awesome. So, me personally, what I would say is invite you to manifest what that's going to look like later on. So, bye, Stacy. Thank you so much for all that you do on
Hey,
having.
Stacy.
Um, but what is it going to look like later on? Like, for instance, for me, when I was looking for the job, I didn't say I want to do this. Oh yeah, even win the lottery. I know that's goofy, but if you wanted to win the lottery, if you spend time thinking about winning the lottery and how that's going to feel and all the wonderful things about it, you could win the lottery. Okay? I mean, I knew a man that won the lottery consecutively so many times. And he just says, I just win the lottery all the time. And he would. And he used the same numbers all the time. Crazy.
What?
But if you manifest things literally like, this is what I want, go back to what I was saying about my job. I didn't talk about where I wanted to work. I just said I wanted it someplace where I knew like my background and everything was going to be so good here. I'm coming from Colorado and to a completely different state with what I was doing before. And, you know, if you look at the positives, like a friendly environment, really good work hours, something that's going to like challenge you, because this seems really, ugh, you know, it just seems, eh. It's easy, you know, it just feels easy to me. It just feels stagnant and slow and easy, and it's just work. I think you would get something else if you choose and you start manifesting that now.
I kind of got the same feeling too, Karen, because I felt it's like, it's like not like boredom, but it's like still. It's like, is she feel bored or something? I was just really sharing that. But I have, 5 tarot cards for you, Miss Charlotte, and feel free to let me know if these resonate. And first card I got is the 4 of Swords. So it's kind of like, you feel tired and you want to just rest from, the boredom that you're experiencing too. It's like, ugh, kind of like Karen was saying, with the, 4 of Swords, it's kind of like, you just feel bored and you just want to rest. You want to do something different. But, with the 9 of Cups, you're just very sensitive and powerful individual too. And just, really connect with that energy too, because with that sensitivity, because it's really powerful, especially, your self-care, spiritual practice. But the next 3 cards that I have for you, I think something's come along your way too, because you might meet someone, or you might establish a connection, or even just, with the 2 of Cups, basically, it's just like you might meet someone too, you might, someone might present to you something that's really going to spark your interest. And again, I got the Temperance card too for your career, so it's kind of like you gotta really make that choice too. And so it's kind of like, really making that choice, like, should I you want to do this new thing or not too. But down the road, if you do decide you want to do this too, I got the Page of Pentacles. So it's kind of like, there's some kind of abundance coming your way too when it comes towards that connection that you're going to get to, especially, when it comes towards your career, meeting someone new, like an opportunity, and really just, really want to just decide if you want to do it or not. It really depends on you, but that's pretty much, what I have for you when it comes towards your career. And so, yes, and Miss Charlotte says like a different position, another department, another company. It's,
It's a good possibility, yes,
yeah,
any of those. I mean, we're not going to limit it. It's like, where do you see yourself?
yeah.
But, when for me, when I look over here, and if you were to look at the whole entire year, I would say the second half of the year is like, they tell me second half up to fourth quarter. So, you really are changes. I mean, there's just changes because you're finally getting to a space where you're like, it's almost like you're done being tired. The money's great. I can see that. But at some point it's like, God, this is just monotonous for some reason. So I would put it out there that either A, they give you a position, you see more money coming in, you see a better position, you see all of these good things. And then later on, if it's not coming, yeah, she's a doer, then put it out there, and say, Spirit, if I'm supposed to be somewhere else, bring that to me. If I'm supposed to leave, let it happen. Let it be so smooth and so fast, it'll knock me on my socks. That's what I do. And I don't stress too much about it. And then if it doesn't work right now, it's not meant to be right now. And then if later on you put it out there and then you're getting everything you wanted, that's the way to do it. But all right,
Yeah.
hopefully that helps Miss Charlotte. But it looks good. It looks really, really good.
Yeah. And it kind of ties into what Karen is talking about too with the cards. I was like, yep. Yeah, it summed it. So yes, what Karen said too. Hopefully the information that we shared was helpful for you, Miss Charlotte, and many blessings to you. Yes. And so if any of you guys want, a reading from Karen and myself, feel free to post your question below and we'll get to you. And thank you again, Karen, for just jumping on too. I really appreciate
No
it.
problem. I'm glad I was able to hop on in.
Cool. Cool. Let's see if I can unstar it. So, yep. There you go. So I'm just trying to see if people have any other questions for us, or if they want something funny too for me too. So I don't mind that, because someone calls me to give her the rebel cards, and they always like to make people laugh. So
There you
it's
go.
all good.
You know, and if you have any question about anything except for the lottery numbers, I mean, seriously, I'm pretty open. You know, one of the things that I don't do is say I don't do that except for politics, you know, because they
Right.
have told me, no, we're not doing that. But I don't say, no, I don't do that because, no, I am not in Colorado, Miss Charlotte. So I moved a year ago, and Spirit brought me to Massachusetts. And so for a little while, I was living on the Cape and went through a lot of change. So I've been kind of off the scene on my YouTube for about a year, and I've just started coming really back on strongly. So I moved to the Cape and was there for about 5 months, 6 months maybe. Then I moved to Martha's Vineyard, and I was living on the island, and I did a lot of healing. You know, one thing that you got to realize about spirit is if you're not doing what you should be doing, following your path, spirit is going to change your whole entire life and have everything come crashing down on you until you change those things. So my life came crashing down, and I moved to Massachusetts. Like I said, went to the Cape, went to Martha's Vineyard, and now I am currently in Clinton, Massachusetts. And so I can finally, this is the first time since I left Colorado a year ago. I'd say about a year and a few months, because it was in November when I moved. This is the first time I've actually felt like I'm finally here. Like I'm finally settled. I can finally take a breath, because it was a long time that it was just like it didn't feel right, you know. I finally know my way around this little town, and you know, I can find my way. When I was on Martha's Vineyard, if I got lost, I knew just keep driving, because eventually you're going to run into something, and then you can turn around and go the other way. And I could never find my way on the Cape, but here it feels kind of home. But I'm only going to stay here for like maybe 8 years at the most, and then I'm going to someplace warmer.
Oh, what's your next destination, Karen, if you want to share
I
that?
don't know, but I'm manifesting that it's a warmer place and that my
Okay.
business, so my channel, for the reason my channel even changed, Miss Charlotte, and the reason why it changed is because, you know, my buddy Debbie, my sister, you know,
Debbie, lover.
yeah, it really was, you know, the times I would get onto the channel, it didn't feel right. Like it didn't, I couldn't connect. I didn't feel right. It was like I was wearing somebody else's shirt, basically. It just didn't fit right. And so Debbie just happened to be visiting family members out there on the Cape. And I picked her up at the airport, and I drove her 2 or 3 hours, and we just talked. And she's like, yeah, because you've completely changed. And so my channel is going more of an ET kind of spiritual star seed connection type thing. And that is where my channel is going. And, you know, so I had to change the name of it. So that's why it went from Sage Healers to Interdimensional Awakening. So,
Wow, that's awesome. And I loved your new theme for your channel, Karen. It's kind of has that sci-fi spiritual kind of theme too, because you're talking about, with what you just mentioned,
yeah.
interdimensional awakening and the ETs and all that. I was like, oh, this is
Well,
cool.
I got to be honest with Jay. That's kind of, so I popped into somebody else's channel, and I can't even remember, Lisa, if you're still here, you can help me out. I do listen to Cryon, and I absolutely love it. I listen to sometimes I listen to Matea Stefano, because I have Gaia Network, and I'm telling you, if
Oh, I have that.
it's, you know, I have gotten a few people hooked on it, and it's awesome. But Mateus, I have to listen to him early in the morning because he's just got this hypnotic kind of voice that before you know it, I'm like, I don't know why. Just oh my gosh. But
Yes.
yeah, that's part of the last few months have been um see Gaia rocks. The last
Yeah.
what was that? I can't remember what that last person said, and I feel bad now. It was about me not really stepping into, you know, not paying attention and not stepping into where I'm supposed to be stepping into. I'm finally at this point where I am, and it really was about the spirituality because, you know, it's hard for me to sit back and say, "Oh, guess what? I've been visited by aliens." And it's hard for me to,
Oh.
you know, it's hard for me to say that and not feel like, "Oh my gosh, people are gonna think I'm crazy."
You know,
Um,
Karen, sorry, I didn't mean to
no,
interrupt
no,
you.
go ahead. Your
I
channel.
'Cause I have Gaia, and I those are the things I subscribe to besides Netflix and, Amazon Prime and Disney Plus. It's just like, I saw something about the real Men in Black. I was like, huh, because I watched, like, the Men in Black movie with Will
Uh-huh,
Smith and Tommy Lee Jones and the
uh-huh.
new one with Chris Hemsworth and all that too, and I was just like, the real Men in Black, they're just talking about, the aliens and the government and all that. I was just like, "Ooh, okay,
Oh,
hold up."
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I firmly believe I literally, you know, my guides tell me that there are some governments that made agreements that they would go ahead and give us information on, you know, stuff, you know, scientific stuff and how to do certain things if it was okay that we kind of went in and stole people so that they could kind of do it. You know, I do believe in genetically modified. You know, I can't, you know, it's like I would I would be denying what my spirit guides are telling me. And I would be denying, you know, and um luckily, you know, one of my sister Debbie, I call her my sister, had
Yes, Mama Debbie. I
pleasure.
love it.
She really had the pleasure of connecting to my spirit guide, so she understands, you know, like, the way they talk and how fast they are about giving information and just bam, bam, bam. I mean, they don't play around. Um, but yeah, it's been a whirlwind this last year, and Miss Charlotte, that's why I kind of had to take a step back because I had to go through I had to go through all of these things to really kind of understand, okay, here's where I'm at. And then at the pivotal point was to meet somebody who I didn't even really want a relationship. Okay. And Lisa could tell you that because it
Mm.
was like, I remember calling up Lisa and be like, okay, I don't even know what's going on here. But
Lisa is the GOAT. I'm telling you, she's like,
yeah,
she's
I'm
amazing.
telling you, if you want a really good reading, just go call Lisa and have a conversation with her.
Lisa has got me out of a crazy place after, especially, and you too, Karen and Debbie. And it's just like, all three of you guys, and Sharon Lee and Kathy, and you guys got me out of a really crazy place from after I losing my mom because I was just
Mhm.
lost. I was like, and you guys brought me back to, to my, true self. So it's like really eternally grateful. And it's just like with Lisa, she, when she does her readings, I was like, ooh, it's like when you pay it, it's like I really pay attention. It's like that really makes sense. I was like, that's true. And
Well,
and
and it's funny because, you know, like I won't read for any of my friends. Like I just won't read for them. But it's funny because I can have a conversation with somebody and just be listening and then bam, you know, things happen. And so, but if I sat down to have a reading with a friend, I couldn't do it, you know. But Lisa really was my rock at one point because I could not, you know, when you move, it's like the energy is different. It shifts you. You're learning how to do things. And then Lisa was the one person that didn't know all my baggage and all my crap, but she would literally give me the best advice. And just the best things. I mean, it was just, so you want a good reading, I would say go Spirit Intuitive Tarot. And
Mhm.
because I can't read for myself. I wish I could, but I can't. When I try to do it myself, it jacks shit up.
Oh, poor
you
oh,
know
trigger.
but yeah, so that's anyways, that's where my channel is headed. But I did, back to what I was saying was, I got with Joe, and Joe was so open and is just so different. He thinks differently than I do. He's so accepting of other things that I'm like, what? And he has been my grounding. I mean, it's just been, and I didn't expect it, and I really didn't want it. I didn't want it at the time, because that was the last thing I really wanted, was to step into. Oh, it's my mommy.
Oh.
We'll decline that. Um,
Alright.
but yeah, it really has been a whirlwind. And so, it's just a matter of, there is going to be some really new channeling coming in. Um, I have been told by my sister friends, that's Lisa and Debbie and other people, that there's new information and new channeling coming. And I just have to be a little patient and be working on some blocks that I have from childhood. And then this new channeling is going to be, you know, pretty awesome. And so I'm having to literally, anytime, I mean, I was getting ready the other day in the shower. I mean, I was doing my hair in the bathroom, and my light language was coming in, and I was told that I had to stop whatever I was doing to just go ahead. So here I am doing my hair and putting mousse and putting all this crap in my hair as I'm, you know, uh, yeah, she is Misty. She
Yes,
vibrates.
she is.
But here I was doing that, and doing my light language, and so yeah, it's changing, it's coming.
Yeah, and I kinda noticed that too, Karen, because I think I seen you did a little bit of that. I'm not sure if my memory is playing tricks on me, but it was just like I know you and, another person, Tutah Speaks, JJ,
Yeah.
she's really good with the light language, channeling. I was just like when she did her meditations, I was like, "Whoa, did I go somewhere in a different place?" I was like, it was just really cool, and it's just like with you, Karen, I see this kinda evolving,
Hmm.
beautifully. It's just like, with baby steps, you're getting there. And same like with Lisa, it's just like she was very at a high vibration when I met her, but now she's like
Hmm.
ultra instinct kind of level too. It's kind of like,
Well,
whoa,
the thing that you have to do is, number one, which is one of the hardest things you have to do, is do not compare yourself to other people.
right.
You know, I
Exactly.
am not going to, my guides aren't the same as your guides. My guides aren't the same as Lisa or Debbie's, or, you know, um, and so what I'm going to be bringing in is totally different than the message that you're going to be bringing in. And so, I have been blessed from a very young age. My mom was very much into this stuff, and my mom always said, um, do not, um, just accept whatever. She raised us Baptist, and I know Baptist, Hispanic, and being Baptist. Now that's some crap. But she raised us Baptist, and she
Mm,
said, if we were built in God's image, then why couldn't we create miracles? And she always said,
mm,
your spirit guides, your guardian angels. She raised us in a very different way. I knew how to manifest at a very young age. I don't ever worry about money. I don't. If you're going to sit here and make me sit and have a budget, you might as well hang it up, because now nothing's coming in. I'm the type of person that I don't worry about money, because money's going to come. Money comes fluidly and often with me. And so
mm,
I give it away. I might not have much right now, but if I gave you $10, oh well, it's because I love you, and I know that money will be coming fluidly and often. And that's what I tell myself. And when money's tight, I just imagine checks coming in, or a reading, or whatever. And guess what? That's what happens. you know? So, but yeah, it's just, I think completely different on the spiritual realm. And this year taught me a lot about, it opened a whole new door that I never knew existed. You know, it was the ET type thing, you know, and so, um, you know, how can, you know, the best way I can describe it is how can I can't explain it to you until I've seen all the whole picture. Um, I'm skint this week. I'm like, what?
Mhm.
Um, so I can't explain it to you until I have the whole picture. And so that's what it's about. And it's about being gentle with yourself too, and not beating yourself up because you're not
Mhm.
where someone else is. You know,
Right.
that's a huge thing too, you know?
Exactly. And
Um,
that's it's so true. And you just mentioned something like how you grew up too. And with my mom too, I don't know if I shared this, but my mom kind of grew up with a Jehovah's Witness, kind of like, with
no.
Michael Jackson's, mom too. And my grandma was that too. My mom shared that. I was like, kind of figure out why my mom never had a surprise party for herself, but always, how when I was a kid, I was totally confused, and it kind of made sense. And because my dad was Christian, but my mom was Jehovah's Witness, and I was like, wait a minute, how
No.
did they get together? But at the same time, like I had like no more experiences as kids, but my mom never had like a birthday surprise party. It was just like we did that for 2018. It's just like, when it comes towards abundance, I've been honestly, especially, growing up in the spectrum, I was a spoiled kid in the 90s, especially living in like a crazy place in Orange County. That's kind of like the second
Mhm.
craziest place to live in besides LA. It was just like I always had this kind of, had the latest toys. I was just like, totally grateful for what I was given. And I was the kid that always shares my toys. It was like, I had like, Blade, or I had
Yeah.
Batman, I had Superman, and anything like that too. And it kind of still continues when it comes towards, receiving abundance, like even with my live streams, I always usually get donations. I like say people like, if you want to send a donation, that's cool. If you guys don't want to, that is totally fine. I just give them
I
the
always
choice.
forget to do that. I always forget to put my stuff up there. But you have to understand, I didn't want to do YouTube. I
Right.
didn't do YouTube at all. And it was basically, I just kept, when I was in Colorado and COVID hit, I kept saying the same thing over and over and over again. And one of my friends were like, why don't you just get a YouTube channel and then you can, and I was like, okay, that sounds great. That's how my YouTube started, was to calm people about COVID,
Yeah.
and it was a hot mess when it first started. I didn't know what I was doing, and yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's just been crazy. The growth that I've seen others do is just wonderful.
Yeah.
And I would say that as a society, my guides are going to speak more about erasing those lines. There is nothing different between you and me. And when you hurt, I hurt.
Right.
And until we as a society really start looking at it like that, and that's where my guides get very saddened at the fact that politics is only a way to separate us more.
Ugh,
You know,
that's what I hate
um,
about politics. Mm.
they say caste, a caste system, because the way that they're telling me is, even us Americans, hello, Marsha Green,
Hey,
even
Marsha Green.
even us Americans kind of almost live in a caste system. To me, in my eyes, even though I'll joke around and say, like, what was that girl wearing when she walked out the house? I mean, I joke around like that, but really, there's no difference, and um, someone told me this, and I really didn't think, I thought everybody thought this way. Um, but I can have care and love for the bum that's on the street, or the alcoholic, or the drug addict. I have love for the person who literally killed my cousin. You know, I have love and compassion for every one of those people. And I love and have compassion for the presidents, who cares which one, because of the soul that they are in, the role that they have chosen to play this lifetime in order to move us into another place.
Mm,
Exactly, Marcia.
yep,
You
that
know,
is true.
so that's where, you know, my thing is really going that way, you know, is to kind of remember that, you know, we can't go forward if we keep living the way we are. And so these little
Exactly.
kiddos coming through, and my guides are telling me that there are already kids that are genetically, I hate to say genetically modified, but that's what they give me, like genetically modified in order to help this progression. Yeah.
Mm,
So, yep.
yeah. And you know, like I always speak to my guides every day because I'm hardcore like that. And it's just, you know, I'm like, you know, now like in my
Hard
third
headed. So I don't speak to them every day.
hey, I'm open-minded. So it's like, you know, especially my mom, she's like my manager. And it's
Yeah.
just like, you know, it's just like, you know, I'm still young, but I feel like, you know, I'm like a kind of like an advisory kind of mentor kind of thing too. It's
Mhm.
like, you know, because I still want to do like, you know, when it comes towards, you know, sharing about self-care and wellness and
Yeah.
even gaming, but at the same time, it's just like it comes from love. Not I'm not trying to compete with anybody too. If
No.
that makes any
No, and
sense.
I don't think Jay anybody I don't think anybody looks at you like that.
Oh,
You
I'm
know.
just saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that, you know, you are probably one of the most genuine souls that I know. You
Thank
know, you
you.
don't you
For you.
don't do things to, you know, because in life, it's like even here, I always tell people, you know, you got to look at every reader and say, is this person authentic? Is this person doing things? You know, is this person, does that sit well with me? Like, whatever they're saying, just because we see it, we see a timeline, we see a possibility, that doesn't mean it's 100% going to happen. You still have free will,
Hmm.
you know.
Exactly. As I always say, you know, we have free will, you know, whether this resonates with you or not. It's like, there you go.
Yep.
I always say that every time.
Yep. So yeah, you are correct. We cannot go forward if we keep this hate up. It doesn't cost anything but love, the whole lot, if you hate, you know.
Mhm.
My guides constantly, and please, the religious people in the room, help me out here, because like I said, it's hard when my guides give me things that I don't know the story for. And I said this on another channel somewhere else. And basically, my guides have said, and they have really stood out, when the Israelites, I believe, left or were shooed out or whatever you call it, they traveled around for 40 years. Okay. And so
Mm.
the picture that they show me is most at that time, 40 years was old, very
Right.
old. And the reason why that had to happen is because all of those old people that didn't believe in the promised land had to die off in order for, how can we bring these negative Nancys? And I'm not going to say a Karen because I don't like it, but how, how are we going to bring these negative people that can only see, you know, the left and the right wing, that they're only going to be able to see this? We can't bring them over unless a
Yeah.
whole bunch of us start really following our path and start really, and the path doesn't have to look like my path, you know,
Exactly.
but it, you know, how are we supposed to bring them along when they can't even see, they don't even care about the person that's sitting next to them, you know? I was watching a TikTok where somebody pretended like they were stealing a kid, and some people just turned around and walked off and didn't even go help them. That's horrendous.
That's crazy.
So yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Preach, Karen. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, Marcia, and that's the thing that, you know, my channel started off like that, but then it's about, for me, I automatically go back to thinking about what was in hair school. This is not a competition for me. You know, Jay, people are going to attach to you that I will never be able to touch. You know,
Right.
people are going to love your humor. Lisa, people are going to love her humor. There are certain things that, Debbie, people are going to love her, and they may never attach to me. So, but as long as they attach to one of us, and we were able to bring that light up and shield made in you too, and everybody that's got a chance,
Yes.
until there's no, I mean, I'll have pretty much anybody, I'll join you on your channels. I don't care. It's
Yeah.
about really getting that and giving, they literally show me the bellows of the fire where the old days where they had that thing and it would push the air out to make the fire go up. That's what they show me. It's like we have to start walking our light and make it as bright as possible so others can see. And you can stand on a soapbox all day, but until people really look at you and go, God, why are you like that? Well, this is why. And then you share it. But yeah, definitely a lot of love has to happen.
For sure. Yes. Yes, indeed. Thank you for sharing everything in the chat room, guys. You guys are really sharing some knowledge. And,
Yes,
you
thank
know,
you.
and it's just like I said this before, I'm not everyone's cup of chocolate. I said in my video,
Yeah.
recently, and it's just like, hey, I knew this from a long time. I don't say it much, but I understand it fully. I was like, even my mom said this too, not everyone's gonna gravitate towards you, but you're gonna gravitate towards someone that resonates with it. So I was like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And even my dad said that, even my grandparents.
Yeah.
It was like, that's true. That's so true. Oh, okay. You got an
Oh,
invitation, Karen.
I don't know I'm horrible. I'm going to be honest with you, Shield Maiden. I'm going to put my email on here because I'm so bad that I will get, I'm the biggest ADHD person. I'll be like squirreling it and I'll be like, God, who was I supposed to, so please feel free to email me. And there it is. But yeah, I think that, we're moving there. And it depends on what my guide said. It depends on what poison you're taking in. So
Mm-hmm.
we're moving in the direction in the trajectory that we need to be going. We are moving there. But the problem is too many people are drinking the poison. And it's the poison of the food that you're eating, And I'm just as guilty too, because I'll be like, hey,
Yeah, me
ice
too.
cream's looking mighty good.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that too sometimes.
I'm like,
Yes.
ooh, let's go ahead and make 4 pies today and eat all of them, But
Mm-hmm.
and it's the poison that we're watching, and it's that poison that we're taking in, and it's that poison, all of that poison that we're taking in. And that's where spirit is really, we got to stop doing this. We got to stop, yes, I'm not saying don't, for me, I can't watch the news. If I want to know something, I'll be like, if I want to know the temperature, I call out the name of that thing that's over there. ECHO. I'll call that out and she'll tell me the temperature, or Joe will tell me the temperature. But, for the most part, I just can't. It's just so, the best way I can describe is it's just like me watching a scary movie. I can't do that either, because how it sticks on me and how it stays, and it takes a lot to shake that off. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
I cannot believe he is still sleeping.
He's still sleeping?
Yeah. So you know what? He's 9 years old and he's a super senior.
Oh.
And he sleeps a lot now. And
Mm.
so and the doc says his eye is going bad. He's just, so I've kind of had to retire him as my service animal. But
Oh, no.
yeah, but he's licking his paw. That's what he's doing. He just woke up and he started licking his paw.
My pet does that too. And Ricky's 6, so he's still on the young side, but he licks his paw now, and lately he's been very chill. So it's kind of like, he likes to hang out with me more, and my dad and my niece and my
Do you
sister.
ever notice that when you read the animals come around you?
Yeah, my I think you guys saw this on my previous live streams. Ricky read with me too, and he was like, this card resonates, and he sniffed it. I was like, yeah, that's cool. So it's like, okay, he reads with me too sometimes. So it's
If I
awesome.
go in the corner, like right now, I'm just sitting in a recliner. That's why I've been moving this thing around. But if I go in the corner over there, he will immediately come sit right next to me. And when I do past life regression, he will literally come sit next to that person, and he'll sit with them the whole time. So
Oh,
yeah, but
that's awesome.
all right. Well, if there's not any questions, I'm going to leave so I can take Fat Man to the bathroom. You know.
Okay, do what you got to do, Karen. But yes, thank you for dropping on too, and you're always welcome on my channel too, Karen. So wherever you feel like
Yeah.
popping
Thank
on,
you.
you're more than welcome when I'm live.
Yeah. So, yep. All right. Well, I know this is a slow. Any questions?
Yeah, so you
Any,
guys had any questions, or even
anybody
you
you
guys?
want me to connect? Okay. Will my son find the screw to fix up a corner desk for me? Your screw actually rolled around, and I
Mm,
literally see that. Like literally, as soon as I was reading that, the screw literally fell. It rolled, and it's underneath something. And I am
mm,
wondering if is there another, like it almost feels pretty far in there. Whatever it's under is pretty far under. That's what it feels like. So I would say, is there a screw anywhere else you could steal to replace that one? Oh, the screw bags. Okay. The screw bags. The bag of screws. Are you sure it was
mm,
in there?
hmm.
Um, so is this a brand new desk, Shield? Because if this was a brand new desk, let's see if it's a brand new desk. Oh man.
I have a feeling that you'll find it when you leave the place where you least expect it. I always get that feeling when I just read your question, Shield Maiden.
He
So that's
lost
what
the
I
bag.
mean.
He lost the bag of screws. But were you moving it, or is this brand new? That's my question. Hmm. Because I'm not wondering. I just keep seeing you going with the screw. It's in pieces in the kitchen. Okay. But is it brand spanking new? Because if it's brand spanking new, you could theoretically call the place and say, I don't have, because they keep giving me replacing it. So it's not new.
Mm,
Okay, you don't have any screws whatsoever. Not one of those screws. A lot of good that's going to do me now. Thank you guys. They keep showing me that you should have taped the bag of screws on the side of the desk. It's like a lot of good that's going to do right now. I would agree with Jay where it's someplace that it's like in a box that should have went into the bathroom, and it's something
mhm.
weird like that.
That's what I'm feeling. It's just the place where you least expect it. Oh, that's what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah. And I'm not wondering if, so what they're showing me is if you want it done fast and get it together fast, you're literally going to have to find a screw or the size of that round hole, and then go to Lowe's or Home Depot and say, hey, how big is, or, take a small part with you or take a piece with you, if you want it done quick, because I feel like this is going to take a little while to find, unless you're really willing to tear up that whole house. Lisa, are you in here? What do you feel like? Yeah. But that's what I'm feeling is I keep seeing Lowe's or Home Depot or something like that, like literally you going down and replacing it. And I hope I'm
Mm,
wrong. I'll look on the desk to see if it's stuck on the desktop. It's weird because, it was like, uh, Do you feel anything about missing screws?
Yes, Lisa's still here. What's up, big sis? He was just, reading, doing a mediumship reading on Shield Maidens questions, and he's just wondering if you, sense anything. So feel free to share, big sis, if you sense anything.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm really, if you want it, that's all they keep saying. If you want it done quickly, you may have to go literally take one of those pieces of the desk and have replace those screws, because I always wonder if you guys can hear him snoring.
It's quiet. I don't hear nothing on my end.
Oh, he's snoring pretty hard.
Oh.
I would just take a pick and go to Lowe's. Yep.
Yeah, that's a simple solution, Lisa. Yeah.
I didn't think about a picture.
Yeah, that's a smart move. And your Sharon Sipe has a question. Interesting. Yes, my son.
Can you ask my angel if my son, who had a seizure and hurt his left arm, is going to be okay? How old is he? I think they're going to find something.
Mm-hmm.
So they immediately take me to his brain. So is he?
Ooh,
No,
that's what I sense. Yeah. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, but that's what I
no,
sense.
it's fine. No.
I was wondering if he's on the young side too, or if he's. That's what I'm feeling of. But I do sense something in my head too. This is a Sharon Side's question.
Yeah. Sharon, how old is he? Sees his doctor tomorrow. I think the arm is going to be fine, but I'm just wondering: is that just blah, blah, blah. Has he always had seizures? And you guys know about this, because when I look at his body, he's showing yellow in his brain area. I hate when the lag is so long that it just takes forever.
I hear you. So yeah, I just sensed that. I'm not sure if he was on the young side too. That's what I'm feeling of. But then the head area is just very powerful there. It just hit me like that. Yeah. I just wondering if he's like 20 or his 20s or younger.
All the tests are good. 42.
Oh, okay. I'm wrong. Okay. Cool. He's older than me.
Well, he does feel young. No, but I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't doubt. But you know what's really sucky? Because I'm really worried about him losing his driver's license. You know, the ability to drive, because he's had that seizure, and how that will affect him. I'm glad that they didn't find anything like a tumor or anything like that. So, but I still say my guides are showing me something in his brain. And so it would be something like, and I'm just using this as an example. Yes, for 3 months. Yeah. I'm just using this as an example, but I see like thinning arteries. I don't know if that could be a cause, but I see like the arteries getting really tiny and constriction and like that. So I'm glad that there's not anything major like a tumor, but there is my sign for something is wrong with somebody and it's fixable is highlights. and I see highlight coming out of his brain. So I think they're going to find something. Not really too worried about the arm. And yeah, but I'm more worried about him in the aspect of, losing the independency and, having to go over there and, if he has another one, then he's going to lose his license for longer. And that's what I worry about. But I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah, I sense that too. That's all I think I just sensed was just stuff near the head. That's pretty much it. But other than that, just feeling it, your question, Sharon, is just, I think he'll be all right too. It was just, what Karen said was spot on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that helps, Sharon. We'll pray for him. If you're not on the way showers, yeah, we'll try to put that on there for you.
Yeah, and the Way Shorts group will be in the description box below too. And same goes for Karen's channel and Lisa's channel. And yes.
Hey,
And
I got a question. How do
yeah.
you do that? Do you do that every single time?
Oh, when I post links?
Yeah, like that whole, I'm telling you, Sharon, there is something in his head. There is something in his head. Something happened. Is it something that is, let me explain this better. Okay. So, when something is wrong with somebody, it's a yellow, it looks like the color of a yellow highlighter, and they just highlight it. So they show me his head, then they go in and show me his brain, then they go in and show me, I'm seeing something small, something tiny, like a blood vessel, like something like that. And so then what they do is, yes, his head hurt and seizure meds. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that if they don't find it, eventually they do find out what the problem is. And then my guide, this is how my guides work. This is why it's so hard to say. They throw dice. So that when someone throws dice, that means to me that they're not 100% sure, but they'll kind of throw the dice at it to see if it's going to work or if it's not going to work. But it ends up working because he was yellow over here. But when I look at him after the dice is thrown, then he goes normal. So he's going to be fine, but I'm telling you what, nothing, if you've ever had a seizure, that's painful.
Yeah.
Man. So, but yeah, hopefully he won't have another one, and that rolling of the dice thing will work. So, any other questions? Because I'm going to leave soon. I just want to make sure everybody. No problem, my friend. We'll
You're
pray
welcome,
for it.
Sharon Type. Oh, you're saying something earlier, Sharon, about the links comes towards my channel?
Oh, yeah. Well, what I was saying was when you add the links and you add that whole description, do you have to do that every single time you start? Are you in StreamYard? Yeah, you're on StreamYard. You have to do
Mm-hmm.
that every single time.
If you want to, with me, and this is just, I'm gonna break this down because I like find people's channels that if they want to be
Yeah.
like a guest on, I just I save like on my MacBook, I save them on like in my notebook thing. So like whenever I'm doing like another live stream, I just copy and paste every time. So I get the links first and
Okay.
I'll save it to like a note thing, then I just copy and
That's a
paste every
really
time.
good idea. See,
Yeah.
before it was just me and Debbie, and then it was me, Debbie, and JJ. And so I didn't really reach out, and I don't, I'm just now getting to where I've subscribed to people's channels and I'm watching them and I'm looking at them, and but if they're too political, then I'm like, birch. I go the other
I
way.
hear you. I hear you.
So all right, my spiritual family, I love you so much. If nobody
Love you
told
too,
you
Karen.
I love you, know that I love you today. I love you tomorrow. And I hope you have an awesome day. But I'm going to head out and take the man out. I'm going to show you where he's at. You want to see him? I'm going to show you.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Very
try to sneak on over here, okay?
Gotta be very quiet. Oh, what's up? Oh, what's up, buddy?
Can you see him?
Yeah. Oh, like a baby. My furry guy's back there too. We got both our pets sleeping.
Like a baby. He takes up the whole couch. He ain't no
He's a big boy.
baby.
He's a big boy. Okay.
So, yeah, that's my big baby. So,
Yeah, I think Ricky just stretched his arms out. He's a little blonde Shih Tzu. He just loves to sit near the door, and that's awesome.
all right, much love to you guys. We will catch you later. All right, thanks for having me on, Jay. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
All right,
Anytime.
bye.
Bye-bye.
I just put him in my purse, Lisa.
Yeah.
I don't even think his. I told him the other night. I said, okay, if the zombie apocalypse comes, I'm gonna eat your thighs, because he got some big old thighs, and I call him his head steaks right here. So I told him he's the first to go. He wasn't quite liking that. So, all right, talk to you later, guys. Bye.
I love you, Karen. Bye-bye.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye-bye. And yes, big shout out to Interdimensional Awakening, and thank you again, Karen, for just dropping by too. And if you guys want to check out her channel as well, Interdimensional Awakening, it'll be in the description box below. And same goes to my big sis, Lisa Smith, Spirit Intuitive Tarot. She is amazing. She does awesome collaborations with, Debbie Freebird Spirit, and everyone else too in the communities that we're in as well. If you guys want to check out Lisa's channel as well, it'll be in the description box below. And the same goes to all the people and links into the communities that we're into. If you guys want to check them out as well, feel free to check them out in the description box below. If you guys want to check out Lisa's channel, Karen's channel, Debbie Freebird Spirits, and so much other content creators that I post a link to. And so yes, guys, since I have a few minutes left, I am open to pull a oracle. Pull a rebel card for you too. If you guys want some laughter today, if you guys want to just get another spiritual card too, or spiritual message for this live stream too. And hey, Suzanne Fortier, good to see you. What's up, Suzanne? Good to see you. Your internet came back on. Oh, glad it did. I'm sorry you're having issues when it comes to that too. I can totally relate to you as well. I understand where you're coming from, but much love to Karen. Thank you again for dropping on too. And you're always welcome to be on my channel, Karen. And same goes to you, big sis Lisa and Sharon Lee, and Sonja Rayne Lee and EQ. All the peeps too that are doing powerful things in the communities that we're in too. So again, guys, if you guys want me to pull another card for you too, if you guys want a rebel card, if you guys want a spiritual card too, feel free to let me know. If not, I could pull a card for the collective, and then I could end things with a cool guided meditation. Oh, a 3.5 hour power outage. Oh no, I'm sorry about that, Suzanne. Yikes. Oh, I'm sorry that your power went out for that long. That sucks. Oh, take care, big sis, and much love to you. And thank you again for dropping by. Listen to me. Listen to not only. Let me rephrase that. Listen to myself and Karen Lee. Karen talk. So much love to you, big sis. Oh, I gotta get my words right. Anyways, much love to you, big sis. Thank you for all your support. Listening to me and Karen talk. And we'll see you guys around. I'll probably see you maybe later on today on the Soul Sisters Tarot channel, and especially on your other channel too, the Nasty Women's Tarot. So I'm looking forward to Tail on Tuesdays when I pass out the drinks and do some twerks and all that. But yes, much love to you, big sis Lisa, and yes, and you have a beautiful rest of your day. So okay, so I have 2 requests, one from Shield Maiden and one from Sharon Sipes. So I got you 2, and I will definitely, pull some cards. And Shield Maiden says, I'm feeling rebellious. Can I get a Rebel deck card, please, Jay? Of course, Shield Maiden. You'll definitely get your daily dose of Rebel cards and see what we can get for you today. So bring us some laughter up in here. And hopefully you got your seatbelts on and hopefully you're strapped and ready too. Just like I said before in Ron's channel too. You know, these cards don't pull any punches. You never know what you'll get, but these are for entertainment purposes only, just like it says in the banner below. So yes, I'll definitely pull a card for you, Shield Maiden. Let's see what we can get. Okay, so let's see what we get for Shield Maiden. Okay. You're welcome, Sharon Sight. What kind of card do you want, though, Sharon Sight? Like a spiritual one or a rebel? Feel free to elaborate on that. What kind of card do you want? Oh, you pull one for yourself, Shield Maiden? That's awesome. Which, if you don't mind sharing, which card did you pull for yourself? If you want to share that. If not, it's totally understandable. So let me focus here. Shield Maiden. Okay, gotcha, Sharon Sight. Okay. Oh. Could I have an Oracle card, please? Of course, Suzanne. I got you. You can have an Oracle card. So yes, I'll definitely pull one for you. And so, Shield Maiden, the card that I pulled for you is you're going through some tough shit. Everyone has their turn. Welcome to yours. Gather your tired ass up and handle it. You got this, Shield Maiden. Basically what this card is saying. Because, like I'll share it again, going through some tough shit, You are going through some tough shit. Everyone has their turn. Welcome to yours. Gather your tired ass up and handle it. Ooh. This one's a strong one. Oh, for entertainment purposes only. So hopefully you liked your card, Shield Maiden. And so Sharon Sipe wants a Rebel card too. And I'm going to highlight that bad boy. Oh, you're welcome, Shield Maiden. Hopefully that card made you laugh and all that stuff too. So yes, you're welcome, Shield Maiden. And next is Sharon Sipe. So she wants a Rebel one too. Then the next one is Suzanne Fortier. And I think that'll be pretty much it. Okay, so. Now my dog is awake when I'm doing readings. It's kind of like what Karen said. You notice that Ricky's awake now. He's licking his paw. So, yep. What's up, Furball? What's up? Yeah. Yeah, I'm distracting you, huh? Yeah, I know. And he's licking your paw, huh, Furball? Yeah. All right, Sharon Sipes, let me pull a card for you. Oh, this card is strong. Oh, okay. Damn. Hey, what's up, Ron? Good to see you, man. And I had Karen on Interdimensional Awakening on my live stream earlier too. You just missed her, but good to see you, big bro. Um, welcome, welcome. And yes, had a fun time with you last week too. Yesterday actually on your live stream. Or no, that was Saturday. On Saturday, had fun with you on Saturday on your live stream too. And if you guys want to check out Ron Unconditional Love Tarot, feel free to check out his channel in the description box below. His channel is awesome and it's growing, and it's just, he's a very supportive person and just awesome human being. And so, with that being said, Sharon Sipe, the card that I have for you, and it says, "Be fucking grateful." Shit could be so much worse. God damn. Oh, oh my gosh, this card, brutal, brutal. Oh my gosh, this card is brutal for entertainment purposes only. So, ooh, oh my gosh. This is for all of those Sharon Sipe. So this is your card again. I'm just gonna share it, and it says, "Be fucking grateful." Shit could be so much worse. Oh my gosh. Brutal. Oh my gosh. Mm-mm-mm. And so, the next person is Suzanne Fortier. She wants an oracle card too. And so, yep, use the elemental oracle card for you, Suzanne. So I'm gonna pull a card for you with this deck. So see what we can get. Yeah, let's see, oracle card we could get for you for this live stream. So let me see, shuffle this again. Ooh. Welcome back, Charlotte. I understand if you lost your internet. It's all good. Welcome back. Okay, Suzanne. Okay, this is it. Oh, that's why I knew I was going to pull that out. Okay, Suzanne, I pulled an interesting oracle card for you. And what you got too is the card of bravery from the elemental oracle deck. And basically, this is, this is called Brave Oceans. This is really connected to water. And basically, what this card means for you, Suzanne, is just to really go outside your. It's a really cool time for you to really just go outside your comfort zone with your creativity. You're just really doing something brave too, not just risky, but something brave. And with your creativity, and like oceans and with water. Water is a very creative element, and just like for you, Suzanne, is just to really go out, do something brave with your creativity, go outside your comfort zone. If it's you something that you want to do for yourself that could just expand your creativity, or anything like that too, just take that big brave step to do it with your creative energy. Just like with this image too of this girl who's just bouncing the world, and she's just doing something that's so brave. It's kind of like that for you too, of Suzanne, just to do something brave with your creativity, going outside your comfort zone a little bit as well. And so hopefully this message was resonates with you, Suzanne. And this is a very beautiful card too, and it's just like with the image, especially if you see, I don't know if you can see the images of the sparks there too, or I should say there's a lot of images of birds and just light everywhere. So it's cool. It's like she's really stepping outside her comfort zone with her creativity. And just like for you, Suzanne, it's just to really do that in your own way. And so Oh, that's cool, Ron. You did your mediumship classes too with Kim. So awesome. Cool stuff, Ron. Glad you're enjoying your classes. And so cool. Let me see. Is there any? I don't think I see any other questions. I am going to pull a card for the collective, and then I'm going to do a quick guided meditation, and I'm going to end things there, guys. So let me reshuffle this deck. I'm not sure which deck I'm going to use for the message for the collective, and then I'm going to do a a guided meditation too for you guys to end things on a good note. Oh, you're welcome, Suzanne. I'm glad the card was helpful. You know, just really taking that brave step with your creativity is basically what that card says for you. And many blessings to you, Suzanne. Okay, so I'm going to use the Art of Attention Yoga Healing cards. I'm just going to pull one card for the collective, and then we're going to do an awesome guided meditation to help us ground our energy and bring some radical compassion towards us to help go throughout our whole day with, more love for ourselves. So let me see. Move this drink here. So let me shuffle this again. Let me see. Card for the collective today. Yes, this is it. Ooh. Now this is a cool card for the collective. Yes. Okay, this is a powerful message for the collective today. And I pulled an interesting message, especially for those who are watching this still live and watching a replay, for the messages for the message for the collective today too. And it's just to really, practice forgiveness, and it's what this card is saying is like, feel the wisdom of forgiveness alive in your body. And especially, when we're practicing forgiveness, just to really be gentle with yourselves too, just really practicing forgiveness, towards ourselves in our own way too. Just, just really being gentle with ourselves in a way you're just practicing forgiveness towards, ourselves and, especially, with, with other people too. And it says, again, feel the wisdom of forgiveness alive in your body. So it's kind of like, what this card is saying is just to really, let me see if I can highlight that. You guys can see it. There you go. With the message for the collective is just to really practice forgiveness for yourself in your self-care and your spiritual practice too, to where you just experience that with your entire being, with your heart, with your mind, with, every part of your body too, your cells and everything else as well. So in the ways that you guys can really practice forgiveness in your self-care and your spiritual practice, where you can just not only forgive yourself, but, forgive others too, who you just, are dealing with challenges and so on and so forth, is just to really integrate that, and really practice, forgiveness in your own way, in your self-care and your spiritual practice. And so this is the message, for forgiveness, for the message for the collective for this live stream. Hopefully this card, resonates with anyone who's looking at this and watching this right now too. And so Shield Mating says, I'm working on forgiveness this week. Oh, that's powerful. That's powerful, Shield Mating. Yes, you do that. Yes. Awesome, Shield Mating. Yes, go for it. Awesome stuff there. Mm, So let me reshuffle this deck again too. And right now we're gonna do a quick guided meditation so you guys could get leave, in the live stream with some good clarity, and you guys can really just, lead the live stream with more grounded energy and so on and so forth, especially for a Monday too. And so with that being said, I'm going to close my camera for a bit. If you guys are open to just, experiencing a guided meditation, let's find a place where we can just take those moments for ourselves to just ground our energy, feeling relaxed in our seat, really just being comfortable and present in this moment where you can just focus on experience, what you're feeling and what you're experiencing right now. And when you guys are ready, you can start to gently close your eyes. As we are being present in this moment right now, just connecting with ourselves and really grounding our energy towards the earth, let's start to uh, pay attention towards our breath, really connecting with our breath too. That just really feels natural when we are just taking a breath in, when we inhale, and then letting go of the breath with the exhalation. So, however that feels comfortable for you when you're connecting with your breath naturally, when you're taking the breath in and holding the breath for how many counts as you wish, if you choose to do so, and then releasing the breath out through the mouth to release anything that no longer serves us. And right now, let's start to practice, the meditation called Rain. And basically, what Rain is just really a practice of bringing more radical compassion towards ourselves. And so the R stands for recognizing. And just like right now, is just to really recognize what's going on throughout your whole day. Just really notice, anything that just stands out. It could be from anything from tightness or, joy or anything like that. Whatever that you're recognizing right now when you are continuing to breathe and connecting with your breath, truly connect with that too. And once we recognize what's going on, let's allow ourselves to fully experience that without thinking about it too much. Just really and truly embracing what you're feeling right now in this present moment. Just really allowing it to be. And with the I, and this stands for investigating, after with the A, we just really allow it to be. Once we go to the I, when it really means to investigate, is to really start to really really recognizing what's going on, but also investigate what's going on, really wondering why you're feeling these sensations within your body, whether it be, tightness or soreness, or any thoughts, that just creep up in your mind, here and there. And just even within our centers, if you notice anything that stands out, just really just take note of things and start to investigate why you are feeling those sensations within ourselves or within our entire body. And once we do that, we start to investigate, we go to the N, which really means to nurture. And it's just to really, to nurture, it's just to really bring some healing energy towards anything, any part of your body, or even just your entire being that really needs it. Just sending that healing, loving energy towards our heart, towards our mind, towards any part of our entire being too. And always know that we have the power to practice this beautiful form of self-care at any time in our lives. As we are still connecting with our breath, where we are just taking the breath in when we inhale, holding the breath for how many counts as we wish, and then letting go of the breath with the exhalation, releasing anything that no longer serves us. And as we take our last few breaths, taking that breath in, we inhale, and then releasing the breath with the exhalation, releasing anything that no longer serves us. Let's start to bring some awareness back into our body, wiggling our arms, legs, stretching them out if we need to move the energy around. And when you guys are ready, you can start to gently open your eyes. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that awesome guided meditation. I also sensed some differences when I was just really grounding my energy too, and it was really awesome. But I don't want to talk more about myself too. I just want to know if the meditation was beneficial for all you guys who are participating or just listening. So much love to all you guys too, and the people in the chat room as well. And especially, and I just want to say thank you to Karen, aka Interdimensional Awakening, for just dropping by, hanging out with my on my channel too, for for the time that she was on. And I just have nothing but love and respect for her too. And as well as, for Debbie, Freebird Spirit, and big sister Lisa Smith, Spirit Intuitive Tarot. And you guys want to, and especially my big brother Ron too, if he's still in here. And if you guys want to check out their channels too, Karen's channel, Ron's channel, Lisa's channel, and Jane the Seeker's channel, and in Kelly's channel, Doesn't Cats for Me Wellness, and all the communities too that we're into, to the Way Shorts, the Tarot Love community, and so on and so forth. And feel free to check out the links below too if you guys want to check them out as well, and the channels that I mentioned before too. And again, guys, I thank you guys for hanging out with me too for the Mindful Monday community conversations. If you guys want to just say, share this live stream with your family and friends who could really benefit from it, feel free to do so. If you guys are new to my channel, feel free to subscribe to me, Herc213, and hit the notification bell twice. So you hit it once to get notified, but you'll hit it again so you'll get notified on a weekly basis for all the things that I'm doing on my channel too. And if you guys want to just say, check out my Amazon wish list, send a donation to me too. And even just you guys want to inquire my services when it comes towards, self-care and wellness. If you guys want to book a reading with me, if you guys want to experience a yoga class with me, or even just you guys want to check out my doTERRA business page, or even if you guys want a free consultation about essential oils too, or even if you guys want to, download some, yoga nidra PDF files on my Patreon page, feel free to check out my link tree too. It's pinned in the chat room right now, but when you guys are watching this on the replay, my link tree will be in the description box below. And again, guys, I thank you guys for just hanging out with me too, and just for at least 2 hours. I know you guys are busy and everything else too. I totally respect you guys' time and all you guys' support too, especially towards me as well, and all the people in the communities that we're in as well. And so, yes, much love to you, Suzanne. I'm sorry if you missed the live stream, and I'm sorry that your power went out too. That's totally sucks. But, much love to you, Suzanne, Shield Maiden, Ron, Unconditional Love Tarot, Big Sis Lisa, Big Spirit Intuitive Tarot, Interdimensional Awakening, Karen, and sent all the other people in the chat room too. Much love to all you guys. And again, guys, I believe the Soul Sisters Tarot, they'll be going live at around 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. Well, I'm on Pacific time, but if you guys want to check out their channel too, the Soul Sisters Tarot, it'll be in the description box below, and they'll be going live at 6:30 p.m. today. And if you guys want to check out the Nasty Women's Tarot, if you guys want to check out Tarot Lounge Tuesday, they'll at around 4 p.m. tomorrow on Tuesday. The Nasty Women's Tarot channel will be in the description box below. So you want to check out both of those awesome channels there. My big sister squad, I call them, with the Soul Sisters Tarot, Sonja Rayne Lee and EQ. They're awesome, awesome human beings. And if you guys want to check out their individual channels, stuff as well with EQ's Amazon store and Sonja Rayne Lee's personal YouTube channel, their information will be in the description box below. And same goes to Lisa's own channel and Sharon Lee's own channel as well, Strawberry Rhubarb Tarot. They'll be in the description box also. So yes, sorry if that was a mouthful, guys. I just want to give a big shout out to the peeps. I love to represent too. And I'll see you guys around probably on my channel on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time for the Wellness Wednesday Solutions live streams, and also for the Nerdy Lounge Table Talks live streams as well. So I'll be back on here at Wednesdays and Saturdays at 1 p.m. Pacific time. I'll probably do some other cool stuff too, and I'll keep you guys updated on it, on things I want to work on, and so on and so forth too. And maybe continue. Oh yes, I will be passing out drinks on the Tarot Lounge Tuesdays, so I won't forget that. I got everything ready. And since I'm talking about snacks, I'm gonna get some snacks too before I head out and go to the gym. But anyways, may we continue to practice self-care, and that can benefit us, our loved ones, and our environment. And I'll see you guys around in these YouTube streets, passing out drinks and snacks and supplies and twerking and all that beautiful stuff too. So yeah, yes, it'll be 9 p.m. on your time too, Shield Maiden. So yes, I think that'll be for the Tarot Lounge Tuesday. So yes, or probably for the Soul Sisters live stream as well. So anyways, much love to you all. I gotta run, and I'll see you guys around in these YouTube streets on a regular basis. Much love. Bye-bye. Let me see. Oh, hold up. Yeah, didn't close the right one. There you go. Much love, guys. Bye-bye.